G'day legends, doing a bit of maintenance on the old girl today. Just thought I'd show you what the catch can looks like after 15,000 Ks. This is a HPD one, it seems to be doing good so far. Now you can unscrew this from the bottom, but mine's a little bit harder to get hold of, so I'm just going to drain this into a container. So we're looking at 300 mils over 15,000 Ks. I reckon that's pretty good. About to do an oil change, so I'll get back to you soon with how much I've actually gone through in 5,000 Ks. Rightio. What we're going to do is we're going to get a clean drain bowl, and I'm going to empty this oil into it, and then we'll throw it into a bottle and see how much usage I'll sort of get over the 5,000 Ks. Now this being a Vdj, we've got the oil filter just up in here, which is a cartridge filter. Not your conventional spin-on type. I'll just let that drain. Get me a rag. Now I've got a nice theory that if you can wipe your oil off your hands and it leaves your hands relatively clean, then you've got yourself good oil. Whereas if it stains your fingertips and things like that, she needs more frequent changes. Now I'm just going to get a breaker bar on the oil filter here because they can get a bit tight. I obviously don't do them up with a breaker bar. Oh, she wasn't that bad at all. Try and do this without getting myself covered in oil. And while I'm doing this, I'll show you guys this crush tube that everyone keeps talking about inside the filter that you should always put back in. I'll do that shortly because I'm going to need the drain bowl for this. Right, now that's all drained up, we'll just put the plug back in. Put a new washer on it. It may look like I'm doing it up tight, but it's just more of a feel than a tension sort of thing. I'll give that a brake clean shortly. Now let's go see how much oil we used. Rightio. So I've got myself just an old 5 litre container, but I'll measure it to 4 because there's actually a per litre marker on here. I've got my oil drain here. Cap up there. Try not to make too much of a mess. Rightio, that's 4. Let's put this into the waste oil. Make a mess everywhere. I'm going to need new waste oil. Sorry about that. I ran out of my waste oil drum, overfilled it. So I'm just going to get rid of the rest of that 4 litres into here. Always try and do your oil changes while it's nice and hot. Allows you to get the majority of it out instead of some of it staying in hard to reach areas. You know, when it's all sludgy and cold. So that there is at this marker here, which is the 5 litre mark, which makes it 9 litres. So I have to double check to see whether these hold, but I think it's 9 or 10, so litre over 5,000 isn't that bad. If it was filled up 100% last time, you know, you might miss a couple of 100 mils here or there. Plus, there is still some in the filter, and you're never going to get it all out either. So in a minute I'll wipe this out again, we'll see how much we get out of the filter. Rightio, back here now with an empty drain pan. Just gonna try and not burn myself here. Just gonna drop the oil filter. As you can see, there's still a fair bit that comes out of there. That'll probably explain where my other half a litre or so is gone. So this is the oil filter in here. This is your housing. We replaced the O-ring and the filter. You just slide the filter off, and then there's this little bugger. Here's the crush tube. This is what everyone talks about when they say when you replace your filter, always make sure this is in there, because if you don't, your filter here can squash in the middle, which will restrict oil flow into your bearings and things like that, and you'll end up with a knackered motor. So I'll just clean up here and I'll see how much oil I get out of this one. I buy myself these fantastic Donaldson kits. They come with air, oil and fuel filters, so I do them every 5. To buy one of these kits is nearly the price of a Ryco air filter. So for what it costs, I may as well replace the whole lot. New oil filter. I've cleaned the housing up. Obviously I've got to still change this O-ring. Which is relatively easy. If you can't get it with your fingernails, just get a screwdriver in there. But also the filter, the O-ring itself can swell over time, making it a lot easier to get off. So we'll just put the new O-ring on. Put a bit of oil in it in a minute. Slide the new filter in, it just clicks in. And we'll throw it back in. Rightio, just gonna get a bit of oil from in there. People use new oil, people use old oil, whatever, each their own. It's coming out of the motor, so it can't be that bad. Then we'll just get the new filter. Screw that in. And we'll just do it up. That's it. Get my little handy filter tool off. Worthwhile investment if you've got a Vdj. Rightio. Just going to see how much came out of that last little bit with the oil filter. So I've just got a smaller container here I'll pour that into. I've got most of it. Alright, so what we're looking at here is 900 mils. So that brings the total to 9.9 litres. As I said, I'll have a look in the book in a minute and see exactly what it's supposed to be holding, but there's still obviously a little bit in the filter, there will still be a little bit in the motor, so I think that's pretty good over 5,000 Ks. Yeah, some people may beg to differ, but stuff them. Righto, cheers.